Back now on The Race, going inside the war room and looking at the issue of race in this campaign and what the impact is. Back with us, Joe Watkins, Susan Molinari, John Harwood, and Rachel Maddow. First up, the remarks that struck a chord with the McCain campaign, ultimately changing the tone of this race in a hurry. Here's one version of what Obama said in Missouri at 3 different events this week. Watch.
What they're going to try to do is make you scared of me. You know, he doesn't look like all those other presidents on those dollar bills.
After the 3rd time, McCain campaign manager Rick Davis accused Obama of playing the race card. Listen.
I don't know how else you explain the quote that you just played other than to believe that somehow Barack Obama was calling something we had done racist or something we had done with racial overtones.
Joe Watkins, one take from all of this in my mind is that both campaigns were putting each other on notice in a way and warning each other, don't go here. Don't go down this road, and they both felt the need to push each other back some.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right, David. That's exactly what they're doing. I mean, remember, Barack Obama also made the same comment in Florida some time ago. And in Florida, he went so far as to say, after making the same remarks about they're going to make you afraid of me, he went so far as to say, oh, and did I tell you, he's black. So he said it right out. And you know how it works in this business. If you don't answer a charge, especially if the charge is false, if you don't answer the charge, it eventually becomes truth.
Right. But the reality, Rachel, as we all know, it's not like this is coming out of nowhere. There is real garbage that's out there against Obama on the internet and the blogosphere generally. There has been some stuff in political circles that have created an issue for him to respond to. There was a Newsweek poll indicating 13% of voters think that he's a Muslim, for gosh sakes.
Yeah, and there's a lot of trash out there that the McCain campaign could score huge points on this issue by denouncing it, by saying that sort of, having a monkey that says its name is Barack Obama for sale as a fundraiser or as some sort of trinket for the campaign is not appropriate. I mean, McCain could score some very easy points by denouncing that sort of stuff and putting some distance between himself and it. He doesn't have to, but he has that opportunity. I think what Obama is lashing out about here is the overall tone of the McCain campaign, which is, who does this guy think he is? What do we really know about Barack Obama? I do think there are some racial overtones to that. I think as I explained before, I think the whole he's presumptuous line has a lot of race inflection in it. And I think he's right to push on it.
All right, next up, who does the debate benefit? Hold on one second. We'll have a chance to respond to all of this, but I want to keep moving. The question is, who does the debate benefit? MSNBC.com's First Read says this: anytime race is the topic du jour in the campaign, it's a bad day for Obama, period. There are a lot of voters out there who don't want to have their vote judged through the prism of race. If somehow a swing voter in Ohio, Pennsylvania, or Michigan is made to feel that voting against Obama will make them a racist, they will be resentful. John.
Well, look, I think that is exactly true. And it's not just garbage out on the internet or virulent racists who are a problem in this regard. There are a lot of people who are uncomfortable with change. Racial change is part of that. Older voters in Florida, for example, that is a hard thing for them to get used to. And the more people feel uncomfortable voting for an African-American candidate, even if they're not wicked or hostile people, the more that benefits John McCain. And the more this is talked about, the more that benefits John McCain, because it reminds people of what makes Barack Obama different and, in some people's minds, risky.
Susan.
Well, I mean, to say that you can't say to a candidate, whether it is a woman or any other, ethnic background, that because you've only been in the Senate for 2 years, because we don't really know what your positions are, because we haven't been able to see how you can lead this nation during these troubled times, and to call him presumptuous on the basis of the fact that he builds almost a presidential seal and talks about, that this being such an incredible moment for the United States. I mean, this is presidential politics. People have said this to each other since we've been born, and you don't call anybody racist because you question your opponent's capabilities to be president.
But Susan, how come nobody asked whether it was presumptuous for John McCain to run ads calling himself President McCain?
Well, I mean, just presumptuous in general for Barack Obama to, look, we can say, is it right to say someone is presumptuous or not? Is it correct? Are we living in this day and age where if you call someone presumptuous, you are a racist? I mean, that is one heck of a deal.
But it's also
let me just move. I want to keep moving. What is behind Obama's remarks in all of this? He told the St. Petersburg Times today, quote, "What I said was, I think everybody knows." He knows what he thinks everybody knows what he's talking about. His campaign manager, David Axelrod, echoed that this morning, that thought this morning on the Today program. Watch.
He said it to a crowd in rural Missouri, 99% white. There were all kinds of press there. Nobody reported it as a racial comment.
What does the comment mean? If it's not a direct reference to race, what does it mean?
What he was saying, and he does this in a self-mocking way. Look, I know I'm not from central casting when it comes to presidents of the United States. I'm new. I'm relatively young. I haven't spent my life in Washington. And yes, I'm African American, and that's going to be some fodder. But it was not in no way intended or taken by the crowd or the media there in the way that the McCain campaign has portrayed it.
Yeah, but that's different, Rachel. No. The way that Axelrod describes that is that it could be some fodder. That's not what Barack Obama has been saying. He was saying they will use that against me. Who is the they, Rachel?
I think he's saying the overall point of the McCain campaign is to make you afraid of me. And to make you afraid of me on all the grounds that Axelrod was saying there.
Right.
I mean, Barack Obama is older than Bill Clinton was at this point in the campaign, right? But Bill Clinton self-deprecatingly talked about the fact that they would try to make you afraid of his youth, right? That he says, that they would try to make you seem like he was too young for the job. And he turned that around to his advantage. It's the same kind of discussion. If he wanted to say, John McCain, you are a racist and you are running against me in a white supremacist way.
No.
Rachel,
the point is, but what he is, in a sense, he is saying, he said, they're going to make you afraid of me.
Yeah.
And it's because of my color. That's what he's saying. I mean, I'm a black guy. I understand code. I mean, my antennae go straight up whenever I hear something like that from somebody else who, like me, is African American. When you say stuff like, they are going to make you afraid of me, scared of me, that makes me think. And so, really, Barack Obama, who really is a master of words, knew exactly what those words would conjure, what kinds of thoughts they would conjure.
But, Joe, let me just challenge you on this point. If you're Barack Obama, why shouldn't you say that? Is that not an acknowledgement of what he knows and what everybody knows is a real issue in this campaign?
Well, certainly,
all kinds of voters?
David, you're absolutely right. Race is an issue. It's going to be an issue in the campaign, but don't paint your opponent as a racist. Don't say your opponent is going to make you scared of him because your opponent happens to be African American.